hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Entertainers, so today I'm coming to y'all with another video. We talking Hollywood hot topics. Before I get started, make sure I hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what y'all think about this video. Y'all, why I found out one of the baddies is scamming? Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Scamming. I ain't gonna say the name, but don't join any of the baddies channels and they ask you to download apps and all that. It's a scam. Okay, they're stealing money from you. They're taking money from you. Don't do it. I really don't like that type of stuff because there's so many young dummies on the internet that'll fall for it. And your character should be questioned. That's why I never liked you to begin with. I had to say that, y'all, because when I seen that, I was like, not Miss I need the money. I don't need the money. That's crazy. Okay. First, I want to get into y'all is Wendy. So Wendy Osefo, you guys, wants all the charges dismissed. Okay. Now, Wendy at this point, you guys, she's not giving up. Okay. Wendy said, I need that money. Wendy said, I'm not going down without a fight. Okay. You cannot be mad at her. So she filed this motion through her attorney, which to me, this is like a Hail Mary. Like, it's like all or nothing for her. So I can see where she's going with this. I just don't know if it's going to hold any weight, especially with the evidence that they do have. What I think may happen where if this happens, this will be like the first housewife that has like beat like a major case that's been put against them. They said on October 17th, Osefo's lawyer filed court docs as a part of her criminal case in Maryland. The reality star demanded all charges be dismissed due to alleged defects in the charging document. In addition, Osefo demanded all evidence be suppressed because of an unlawful search or seizure. The Bravo star also asked for all wire and verbal communications to be suppressed because of an unlawful interception, which, once again, if these were actually unlawful, because we all know when it comes to anything financial, people of us are treated different ways than others. So that's why I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. But I still feel like this is a Hail Mary at this point. Like she's just throwing something and seeing if it does stick and she could possibly get away with it. Just from all of the evidence that was presented, especially the pictures of the jewelry, that to me is like the biggest kicker. Because how could you prove that you lost the jewelry if you have pictures of you in the jewelry after it was robbed? Like, you get what I'm saying? After it was stolen, you have pictures of you in it afterwards. I don't get how you could prove that otherwise. That to me is what got her. That's the thing. Wendy could have really got away with this had she not publicized this all over the internet. All of the riches and the jewelry and all that. Had she not been prancing it around and on the show also. Had she not been prancing that stuff around, it would have been their words against hers. And I think she would have got away with it. And this is why being on reality TV is a big risk. They said in the filing, Osefo's lawyer claimed his client was illegally arrested. Now, this is the part I feel like is pure BS. The reality star's counsel said all admission statements or confessions should not be allowed as evidence because they were unlawfully obtained. Osefo and her husband were arrested in Maryland on October 9th on fraud charges. Both were released from jail after posting $50,000 bond. The arrest came after a grand jury indicted the couple on charges of insurance fraud, conspiracy, fraud, and more. They said Wendy also asked the trial of co-defendants be served from the trials of this defendant. Eddie was hit with charges over the same allegations. In a separate filing, Wendy's lawyer demanded the prosecutors turn over any alleged evidence they possess. She demanded a list of all witnesses the prosecutors plan to call and any polygraph results of witnesses questioned by law enforcement, which I'm like, Wendy, you requesting it like, somebody like somebody really did rob you. Sorry. This isn't funny. I'm just saying, like, damn, that's a lot of requests. Let's see if they fork it over. Wendy also said also wanted to know if the prosecutors had any confidential informants who worked on the investigation, aka, if you're a fan of Mob Wives, rat. Okay, rat. Or if you're Renee from Mob Wives, rat whore. Okay, who worked on the investigation, asked for copies of all official police reports. Eddie does not have a lawyer listed in the case as of yet. Let me tell y'all something, and this is just my humble opinion. Okay, Wendy is doing, she's going to do two courses of action. Because I've been watching her on the show since she first came on up until now. This lady is very smart. She's not a dummy. Okay. This is why this story shocked the hell out of me, because I thought she was smart enough, to cover her tracks doing all this criminal stuff, allegedly. I think she's going to do this Hail Mary. If this Hail Mary doesn't work, she is going to say, when Eddie was the mastermind in all of this, and I just went along with it. He was the one who was telling me to do this and do that. She is going to be the Phaedra in this situation. This is how I see it. It's going to be Eddie is the one that was the mastermind. Because if you think about it, he emailed her saying, what more can we add to the list of high-priced items that we are missing? That makes it look like you're the one masterminding it all. But if you watch Real Housewives of Potomac, we all know Wendy wears the pants. So for my best guess, I feel like she's the one who came up with an idea like this, allegedly. I don't think it was Eddie's idea whatsoever. I don't think he's that sneaky enough. I don't think he's that conniving enough. I don't think he's that vindictive enough to come up with something like that for them to rack up all this money in regards to fraud. He's just not that type of dude from what we've seen, unless he has a whole different side of him that he's not displaying on the show. But Happy Eddie isn't going to come up with a grand master plan to scam. It's going to be Wendy. Okay. Especially with the amount of luxury she's been displaying this season of Potomac, which, by the way, this season of Potomac is dark as fuck. Them bitches are not happy. I'm watching it. I'm like, are y'all even friends? The past seasons of Potomac, they at least have a little key, have a little laugh here and there. This season, them bitches is yelling at each other. They shading each other left and right. They talking crap. She's like, I'm like, wait, y'all losing the plot. Like, this is baddies. Like, y'all need to stop. Whoever's overproduction at Potomac, y'all got a real issue on y'all hands. Thank God Karen is out of jail, because she's going to come back to them group of bitches and be like, who is this? Y'all got a British lady on there. She don't even know half the girls. I don't know where the hell Giselle found her. Like, y'all need to really get it together. Don't get me wrong. It is a little entertaining, but to me, it's so forced this season. But because you could tell these people are not friends. Wendy is not friends with any of the cast, in my opinion. Not one. She's just not cool with Stacey, because Stacey is one of the only housewives who commented on her post when she had the Michael Jackson, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Okay, Wendy had her best Annie, are you okay? You've been hit by, you've been struck by a true criminal. Well, I should post that on the blog. But no, I'm telling y'all, this is the plan. I feel like Wendy's smart enough to kind of weasel her way without it. Karen didn't call her like a snake for nothing. You know how she said she be. That's how Wendy finna get up out that situation, girl. She finna right up out that situation. I'm telling you, if she does face jail time, it's not gonna be a lot. She is putting all 4 degrees to work. Okay, every single last piece of paper of that degree, she is putting it to work. All the transcripts are being put to use. You hear me? I'm telling you, this Hail Mary, if it does work, I'll be very shocked. I'm not gonna lie. Because imagine all these charges get dismissed, all just because the people and the powers that be legally were not operating in a legal manner, and they did the process illegally just because they were so sure that those Cephals were guilty, which then, in my opinion, I feel as if they do get away with it, I wouldn't be mad. And the reason why is because sometimes, to me, law enforcement is so eager to prosecute people just based off of prejudices that they have, that they forget to sometimes operate legally, and they end up getting caught up because they didn't do the paperwork right, or they didn't do the process right that it's supposed to be done by the books. So then stuff ends up getting dismissed. So if it does get dismissed, would I be mad? No. Would this be a learning lesson for Wendy? Hell yes. Which is live within your means, you dumbass. Don't be trying to impress the girls with all this jewelry and this Annie fucking attire. Annie, are you okay? Okay. Wendy, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Wendy? You've been strict, bae. Okay, like this is going to be a good lesson for her. All right. Now, what was interesting, if you guys notice, she did not post the photo, um, as I talked about in another video earlier this week with Eddie. Now, that to me was very interesting. Okay. There was not a photo picture with the family. So I'm telling y'all, this Hail Mary don't work. It's gonna go into Eddie forced me to do it. He wanted us to live grand. I'm separating from him. I no longer want to be married with him. Boom, boom, boom. It was all him. I just went along with it. Let me know what y'all think down below about the charges being dismissed. Do you guys think it's going to work or not? I'm interested to hear what y'all say down below. Child Wendy said, I do what I want. It's a pickup in the trunk, pick her in the bed. Let me stop. Okay, so Kelly, you guys, is being sued. Well, her ex-husband is suing Bravo for defamation of character, which I kind of assumed was gonna happen. I'm surprised he didn't sue earlier. Nigga, you suing a season later. The season been off the air. What would have been really smart if you had sued then, because you could have said it's affecting your life as it currently airs, so that Bravo could be panicked to edit and have to edit certain things out. Because the way that Kelly talked about him, I already assumed that he was gonna do something like this. Bravo never showed his face on the series. Let's say facts. They never showed his face on the series. They never said like his name, but if you Googled him, you'd be able to see who he was, which by the way, he did not look like that on the Google. So who the fuck is that? He was bigger. I was like, oh my God, like Kelly, really, girl? Like, I don't know. First of all, like Kelly's in this situation to me because like she looked dated out of her league, just in my opinion. There's that. But if you Google him, you'd be able to see who he was. Now, the problem that Bravo made is that when they released the cast and they did the article, so BravoTV.com always does like the article where they release the cast. They'd be like, they'll release each housewife and then they'll also state their storyline for the season or like a summary of the storyline. In that summary of the storyline, they included his name. Big mistake. I don't know who made that mistake, but that was not smart because now it's written on paper because they probably already screenshot at this point. Bravo has already taken it down. It's written now publicly that you guys put his name, likeness out there. So that is why he's now suing for $200 million in damages. Okay. After being accused of stealing coin, DV, which to me, I feel like with this suit, it could easily be thrown out. And the reason why is because Kelly could prove all of this. Weren't you guys in and out of court for stuff like this? This man literally threatened to unalive her in the court. How could you sue for defamation of character at that point? In the court. Kelly has said this on the show, and it is public record. When it comes to this, I don't think he's gonna take a W. I don't see him taking a W whatsoever. And you're going against Bravo, so it's like I'm pretty sure they knew what they were doing, letting her tell her story like this before it was displayed. I'm pretty sure they asked her for a lot of court records and everything that could prove a lot of the things that she was saying on the show and alleging. They're not just gonna let somebody come on a reality show where millions of people watch, let her lie without seeing some sort of proof, without putting alleged, and then not having proof on it. So it's like, no, this is why this suit to me is going nowhere. Now, Kelly, I feel like this move that Kelly made recently, I don't know if it was smart. She hired Phaedra Creonta Parks to represent her in court in the battle with her ex, which is the same dude we were speaking of. I feel like this was very dumb to make, because Phaedra has not had the best luck legally and in the courthouse. Y'all remember that episode made Sheree lose? And then Bob said, he said, his big silly ass said, when he lost the damn when he won and he represented himself, and Phaedra and Sheree were going back and forth because Sheree felt like Phaedra wasn't doing everything correctly legally, so that way she would be able to take that W in the court against Bob. I think this is all Bravo, you know, produced. I think Bravo put in her ear to hire Phaedra in regards to the storyline. I think that's the reason why she ended up doing it. I think if she was not on the show, Phaedra would be the last person she would go to. She would end up hiring an attorney outside of anything Atlanta Housewives. I can guarantee you of that. And not even that, I think they probably even went to Phaedra too to encourage her to ask Kelly to represent her. They said Ferrell filed an emergency petition on October 2nd after her ex-husband, Shuvalo Ferrell, allegedly interfered with her kids filming Real Housewives of Atlanta. Us Weekly can exclusively report. The Bravo star said she was awarded primary physical custody of their 3 minor kids. Chance Ferrell, born in 2012, and twins Chastity and Chelsea, born in 2015. The final judgment entered their divorce on September 23rd, 2024. Kelly, 40, said she was granted the authority to make decisions related to the kids' education, certain healthcare, religious upbringing, and extracurricular activity. The reality star described it as having the absolute final decision-making authority over activities. In her filing, Kelly said she has allowed her children to film the Real Housewives of Atlanta. He has objected, creating confusion and promoting the network to demand judicial clarification before continuing to film the children. Which, by the way, if y'all watched last season, that was a big part of her storyline. They showed all of her daughters. All of her daughters were adorable, by the way. And it was a lot of them with schooling, how they grew up. She would talk to them. She had a lot of scenes with her kids. So her having this issue is going to be a big problem. And the reason why is because we saw what happened to Kenya. When Brooklyn wasn't allowed to be on the show for the little bit of time that she wasn't, that was something I felt like that was a point of contention for Bravo because we weren't able to see her as a mother. So hopefully that's not the same for Kelly because I did like her on the show. She was the only one that was willing to give it up to Portia with no issue. I love a girl like that because my whole thing is if you gonna come on a show like this, I'm gonna respect you tenfold if you could come against a big dog. And Portia is a big dog, as we all know. So it's like she came up against a big dog, so she gonna always get my respect. You know what I'm saying? Kelly said the filming had been immediately impacted. She said the show's producers planned to film her daughter's homecoming dance, but were unsure how to proceed. And then she said, as a mother, my children are a significant portion of my storyline and is, as such, I consented to their participation in Real Housewives of Atlanta. She said, Kelly claimed Bravo and NBC asked for the court to order that Kelly is allowed to film before they continue with the kids being a part of the show. She said, I believe participating is my children's best interest. She said the memory would be lost if the cameras were not able to shoot her daughter's dance. Now, this is a little bit of a stretch, Kelly, but I see what you're doing there. Because my whole thing is she could easily record it herself. So is it really going to be a loss? But I get it. And storyline wise, it would be a loss. Because you can't say, oh, my daughter just da-da-da. And then we get no flashback of the footage. We just get pictures. And we can't even get pictures because she can't even appear. So you're just talking about something that we can't see. The court documents showed Parks 51, who is a licensed attorney, is assisting Kelly with this matter in court. I cannot wait for the scene to where Kelly tells Cynthia, so the attorney I'm gonna have is Phaedra. And then we get a flashback of win a case, okay, with Cynthia with her lion, her Dorothy lion wig. The shake and go Dorothy Lion wig, win a case. Okay, we get a flashback of that, and then with Cynthia being like, child. Like, I cannot wait to see that scene because that will be pure comedic. I really hope Phaedra does right by her because this is her kids at play right now. Not only that, it's her money at play. Because once again, right now, they are 9 women filming for the show. So we all know how Bravo does. By the end of the season, there's going to be 2 or 3 friends of, and she might be on that chopping block. And we're on that chopping block. The pay might not be the same. The promo might not be the same. The attention might not be the same. So this is her money on the line. And more importantly, her kids on the line. So I really hope Phaedra does right by her and does know what she's doing legally because I would be pissed if I was her, Kelly, and I lose. Because it would make no sense how the kids could appear on the first season that she's on, but not the second. I'm just saying. We'll see how that goes. Speaking of more Bravo, y'all, they dropped the trailer to Married to Medicine, y'all, and we have some newcomers. And y'all, Heavenly is a friend of. Oh my. Y'all know Heavenly, the check may have probably gotten cut. Heavenly is going to be uploading and being live more on YouTube more than ever because of that. Okay, the streams are gonna be streaming. She's gonna be asking for for super chats and all. Okay, because at this point, Phaedra, I said Phaedra, Heavenly not appearing there full time. First of all, this is what I think. So Heavenly says in an interview that she does that if you are working for Bravo as like a reality personality, you cannot run for Congress. Okay, you cannot run for anything in regards to Congress. Now, she revealed this on Jamal Bryant's podcast, which everybody has a podcast. You get a podcast. You get a podcast. Everybody gets a podcast. I don't care. Nobody could ever shade me for being on YouTube or having a podcast because I've been doing this shit, baby. No shade. Okay. Y'all just hopped on the train. I've been doing this. So I don't give a fuck. You could never embarrass me about, oh, you talk shit. I don't care. I've been doing it. These people are, you see on Instagram, all these hopping celebrities, they just started getting on the wave. You hear me? Anyways.
I didn't know on Bravo you ain't allowed to run for office.
Really?
We're not allowed to run for office, but hell, I didn't know it. And ignorance is bliss. Yes. Baby, I had all these switches things. And you know, if I feel like I'm changing, I'm doing something unprecedented.
Yeah.
Because initially it took them 8 weeks to get my contract together because they said you can't do it. You can't tell me what I can't do.
That's right.
Then they did it again, the same thing, right? It took them 8 weeks. We only filmed 12 weeks. It took them 8 weeks. They had to get outside counsel to see if they could cover it, how they could cover it,
right.
You know, and things like that. And they came back and they, you know, and they got the parameters where they can show it on the show.
When you win,
when I win, speak it.
Are you gonna still be able to do the show?
That's a question. Yeah. But when God gave me the plan, I didn't see the show in it. I didn't see the show in it. Now, trust me, when we'll probably have one more. Okay, am I talking too much, Freddie O? Am I saying too much?
Yeah.
How you know Freddie O not to be trusted and so she like, yeah, he gonna make sure you tell the tea. Okay. Here's the thing. First of all, I love Married to Medicine. Heavenly not being a main role, from what I see from the trailer, it's giving still main role. I wish I could play it, but I can't do the copyright, but it's giving still main role. So I don't think it's really going to affect anything in regards to her visibility on the show. We're still going to be able to get the funniness and the messiness for Heavenly. I like Dr. Heavenly. I feel like although sometimes she can be ignorant in stuff that she says, what I like about Heavenly is she's willing to educate herself. She may not know everything and be accustomed to what the world is now, but she's willing to listen and be an ear versus other people who just don't give a fuck and will stay in the ignorance. So that I appreciate about her. And she lucky from Florida. Listen. Yeah, that's gonna be a running theme with me, I guess. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, y'all. So I was like, not from Florida, but yeah, she would have found you. Anyways, y'all. So Kevin Mccall, y'all, has been going on, to me, in my opinion, like a press tour. And I feel like he's being exploited. I think he's being heavily exploited. I think that whoever is behind him in regards to his team needs to be very careful of the podcasts and the platforms that he goes on, because at this point, I feel like it has to be for money. I don't think it's really to get his story out there. He has said in a Back on Fig interview, and literally broke down about him now being on EBT, and he started crying, literally snot coming out of the nose, crying about him being on EBT. He's being embarrassed about being on EBT. He has to put a COVID mask while even getting the card or I guess shopping, which, by the way, I ain't gonna lie, in this day and age, you can't cry about stuff like that. Some of us have applied and they say you make too much. So I wish I wish. And I would buy it proudly because I don't give a fuck. In this day, I feel like you cannot be embarrassed of circumstances if you are still making somewhat of an income that is getting you through. You cannot be embarrassed. Because the motherfuckers you think that's out here balling, it's all a facade. It's all an image. Okay. So I didn't have as much sympathy with him crying as much as he was, because some of us would die for an EBT card.
I think it's a game, bro.
Testimony.
Why the fuck you get in on this?
I witnessed it.
He finna be in here and
Why
tell
the
us
fuck
what's
got
going
an
on.
EBT card?
We
And this
gotta-
is at
hold on,
Breezy Bowl
cuz.
and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Mac. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro?
This
I
is
just want to
great
leave,
content
bro.
leading up to who he is.
I'm
right
not
now.
even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. Y'all want to see the cry in here, so y'all can think I'm a bro. That's ain't fair. Man.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
hey,
That's why.
Bro.
hey, look, bro.
Calm down, bro.
I'm on EBT.
Calm down.
Him saying calm down is so diabolical. As if it'll calm down. It's going to be, you're not going to be on it in a week. Like, come on. Now, him blaming Chris Brown to me is not fair. If you do a research on Kevin, a lot of the stuff that he did throughout his career, financially, he was not aware. So you cannot take your anger out on him because you were not educated financially. That is not his fault. And to take it a step further, you at one point threatened him and his family. And one thing you know about Chris Brown, he don't play when it comes to kids, family, and all that. So for you to think that he's gonna owe you some sort of sympathy back, you can't play with people like that and think that they're just gonna be as forgiving. Some are just not. As sad as his situation is, he has done a lot of things that I feel like he has yet to take accountability for publicly and apologize for. One of them being Eva. I feel like until you make it right by Eva and apologize for your wrongdoings that you have done to this lady that has caused her the trauma that you have, because I've watched this lady cry and cry on multiple shows, Housewives, and that girls trip show that she did that was on Peacock or Paramount Plus, one of the two, crying her bawling her eyes out, needing help and therapy, even special forces as well. Until you do right by her, nothing with you will go right. And that's just my opinion. Until you do right by that lady, nothing will go right. Like, you not only threaten him, you threaten his daughter. Like, one thing about nigga don't play about is their daughter. Like, you think he's just gonna get over that? Now, Young Thug did tweet and basically offered his hand and help, which, by the way, Kevin, be careful of taking that money. It may come with a price. That 25K may come with a piece of cheese attached to it. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna come with some attached to it. He said, Kevin Mccall hit my line, nigga. I'll give you the 25K you need. And I know CB would give it to you, bro, but he's a real one. Niggas is busy sometimes, brother. I knew that was cap. Chris Brown was seeing all of this breakdown as it went down. The man is on the internet. He's not an idiot. He sees all of the blog posts. He sees all the stuff that talks about him, all the rumors that come about him. He sees it all. He just did not respond because he is still feeling a way about everything that was done to him, rightfully so. Kevin even sat down, you guys, with Tasha K and talked a little bit about his lack of knowledge in regards to finances and contracts, and basically says that at one point he even had to get a daughter of his back from a baby mom he had, how Eva assisted him with that, just a whole lot of things that he was not aware of. And this is why when it comes to business, you have to be aware of what you're signing, what you're getting into. I, for one, have fallen victim into that. So when I tell you I don't sign shit on the first sit, I don't give a fuck, because people will fuck you over and then think about it later. Now, a little bit of the crash out didn't stop there. He even got into it with Mario. Okay. And he got into it with Mario in Chris Brown's comment section. Okay. He used the song Deuces, which features him and Kevin. And Mario put a head slam emoji with the laughing. He said, "Watch when I see you, brother. I kiki. Apologize right now. Matter of fact, I'll give you a pass. I respect all men, but don't do it over Sir Nostrils. I'll really sing you down under the table. I'm not a cameraman. I'm a East Side nigga. I'm a watch when we meet for a sing-off. This can't be real. Watch when we meet for a sing-off. And okay. And my whole thing is too, like, Kevin had more of like that, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was more so like a growl. Okay. Mario, no shit can out sing you. I think Mario he taking the W with that. He taking the W. He is taking the W. Okay. Say what you want. Say what you want. He taking the W. All right. I'm an A side nigga. Watch when we meet for a sing off, face to face. You better not run either. I won a 4.4 40-yard dash. Still champ. Hashtag relax. Mario said, bro, stop. LOL. Do you know where I come from? That's another conversation. But drop some music, nigga. R&B up right now. And you out singing me ever sounds crazy. Use this platform to change your life. Kevin responded back, I'm talking music, but selecting boxing is a very positive, dope avenue. But I can't think about dumb enough. See, this is what he writing, y'all. Don't think I can't reach out. I can't think about dumb enough to box me. Not only what you give me attention, what you're scared of. I would get money. What you scared of? And I'm not gonna mention the last thing you scared of. But do you want to sing against me or not? Nostrils. Okay, he's calling him nostrils. Which, by the way, you can't be calling him nostrils and you all up in interviews too, because that didn't make me look at you any better. Calling them nostrils. Okay. His team, though, does need to kind of like be wary of the things he's saying online, because it's like, I don't think it's doing him any favors. But once again, I think for these pods, they're paying him a good coin. So I think that's why he's going out and doing all of this stuff that he's doing. So yeah. Now I wanted to talk about this viral video, you guys. So there was a church, and one of the guests went up after the pastor requested that you donate $1,000, and then you donate like an amount. You get you donate $1,000, and then you also get an amount from, like, let's say a friend, family member, and that when you add to it as well, and you give it to the portion of the Lord, right? So each people that went up, like, let's say 1 by 1 or like 2 by 2, you had to go up in the order of the amount of money that you were giving. So this guest did not listen to those instructions, and she went up at the wrong time.
Giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
All right. So a lot of people clipped this and they didn't realize that she went in the wrong order. The problem that I have with this is the stuff that pushes away people from attending church. Because of these clickbaity videos and because of these viral clicks videos, then people think all churches are like that. All churches are not like this. I did not agree with the way that he spoke to her. To me, this is a moment where you should have shown her a little bit of grace. This lady has been a member of the church for a long period of time. She's not a stranger. So right then and there, to me, you should have shown her more grace and not embarrass her in front of the congregation like you did. This is the stuff that pushes away people from the church. And it's not fair to the churches that are actually not operating like this and not, doing certain things like this that may end up on the internet, that people may want to go to church because they think all of them are like this.
Rebuke me. Now there's a difference. There was a correction, because let me clearly state that Pastor gave instruction on the lines to get into.
I was calling because the whole church was giving, and it was our day of giving. And the whole church was coming, and we didn't want people standing, the mothers and all that. So I was calling them by increments. And we had someone that had given out of before, and I corrected it, and I told everybody to listen and come when you call. And that's all that was.
Roberta told me Pastor Winans personally apologized to her. She's been a member of Perfecting Church since 2013 and
See, now that's the problem that I have. It's not even what is a little bit of how he spoke it to her, because once again, I do feel like he should have had more grace. But it's the fact that she's been at that church so long and you talk to her like that. You shouldn't even talk to a stranger like that. But the fact that she's a member for that long, that's where the grace should come in. That's all I'm saying. All right. There's this story that pisses me off, and I'm going to connect this to Media Kingdom because we're going to be reacting to the whole Kada case, the whole breakdown of it. Because I found it to be like very interesting in regards to like all the moving pieces. This to me could end up being a Kada situation. This man from Florida, he's 23. He was arrested for raping a woman in the park. She found herself unconscious. There were people in the park that like saw him run the other direction, right? And she then realized that she was raped. She didn't know who did it. They ended up finding out who did it. He ended up getting arrested. But now he has a bail of $9,500. This is my problem with the world. Why the fuck are offenses like this versus somebody getting caught with a little bit of weed? And y'all know I don't even like drugs. I don't do powdered donuts. I don't do blunts, none of that. No shade. I'm a lame. I don't give a fuck. But this is what bothers me, is because you'll set somebody who gets caught with like some green, their bail at like $50K because you think they're going to sell it. And then you have people like this, they get $9,500 bail. Make it make sense. I just really wanted to I wanted to equate and make sense now. Because this is why I'm comparing this to the Kada situation. Because his bail, if y'all don't know, there was a lady by the name of Kada. And she was unalived because there was this dude who was dead ass stalking her. And he already was in jail for rape. He ended up getting out because he had a low ass bond. He ended up not only stalking the girl, he ended up unaliving her, and they recently just found her body. Mind you, she had footage. Mind you, she was going to the authorities about it. Mind you, the authorities were aware about it. His dad apparently works as a police detective. So this to me is another situation to where this could end up being a whole nother Kada situation. And this is what's wrong with the world, because the judicial system is set up so poorly. They set it up to where people that commit certain crimes don't get sentenced to a certain time that's equal to what the crime that they do. To me, a pedophile should not be serving less time than somebody caught with drugs. That's just my opinion. They should be in there way longer. I'm gonna make y'all listen to the case.
Anymore. Yes.
Therefore, the motion is granted.
Judge Vincent Chu did revoke the bond, and on the way back to jail, Tillman had a message for his family.
I love y'all, man.
Tillman is also facing a more serious charge now for attempted murder. Covering Orange County in Orlando, Bob Hazen, West 2 News.
News in Orange County, where the man accused of trying to rape a woman on trial is back behind bars.
In just the last 45 minutes, we got our hands on the new mugshot of Jacoby Tillman, still wearing the clothes he had on in court this morning as a judge revoked his bond. West 2's Bob Hazen was in court as a judge handed down that decision.
That suspect came here to the courthouse with his loved ones, but they went home without him. He was taken back to jail, and before he left, he claimed he didn't commit the crime. While deputies were coming to put him in handcuffs, Jacoby Tillman spoke directly to the judge.
Hey, Judge, I have one thing to say. I didn't do it.
He said, "I didn't do it." Investigators say Tillman is the man caught on surveillance cameras along Econ Trail the day a woman was attacked there in July. They say he grabbed the victim from behind, choking her until she lost consciousness. When she came to, detectives say her shorts were gone. Deputies arrested Tillman on October 10th. His girlfriend allegedly told them that she recognized him from the video, and when she confronted him about it, Tillman, quote, told his girlfriend that he did not rape the lady, but instead said, I was trying to kill the lady. But even
9,500 bond. I'm gonna say it again. 9,500. That's like nothing for a crime like that. Don't get me wrong. That's a lot of money.
after his arrest, a judge let him get out of jail on bond. The hearing today was requested by prosecutors who said he violated the conditions of his bond by aiming a social media post at the now former girlfriend.
And in that text message, did he say, stop going to the news telling lies? You just mad because you ain't getting anywhere with this anymore?
Yes. Therefore, the motion is granted.
Judge Vincent Chu did revoke the bond, and on the way back to jail, Tillman had a message for his family.
I love y'all, man.
Tillman is also facing a more serious charge now for attempted murder. Covering Orange County in Orlando, Bob Hazen, West 2 News.
Okay. Mind you, the problem with this whole situation, they said once the story was on the news, the girlfriend reportedly recognized him and said, I was trying to unalive the lady. After 2 months on the run, because if you did it, why are you running? If you didn't do it, why are you running? After 2 months on the run, Tillman was finally caught and charged with attempted battery of strangulation, false imprisonment. The judge at the time granted him the bail, which once he was a free man, that's when he started doing the social media stuff. And then it was revoked. So clearly with that behavior, you could tell he did something of the matter where he was guilty. So once again, we're going to be reacting to the Cater case tonight. So make sure y'all subscribe to Media Kingdom because we're doing true crime over there and also celebrity news, which I just reacted to Carlissa exposing Krishan and the whole Junior situation. Okay. One last thing, you guys. Nicki Minaj has recently been going on live. Well, not on live, on Twitter, going and ranting about numerous of things. I would talk about this in deep detail, but I feel like that topic has been exhausted so much. There's nothing more to say, but I don't think she should be on social media at this point. We get the point that there's other powers that be that are making her react like this. And this is what's feeding into the narrative that she has other issues that aren't being talked about yet. The person that she went after the past few days is Gucci's wife. So there was a comparison in regards to the photos of Gucci's wife and her, because they've appeared in similar outfits on numerous occasions, because Nicki has claimed that Gucci has been trying to be her for years, been dying for the spotlight for years. She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Gucci hates Deborah Atney. They don't want Deborah around me. She's around me now. Charlemagne the fraud, Jay-Z friend and business associate, using iHeartRadio for these disgusting ploys against innocent families. He was around Wendy before her life went to hell. The buck stops here, baby. Bookmark this tweet. Y'all really don't understand who I really am. Bring it. Let's play. Y'all wanted attention? Let's do it. LAPD, where's the evidence of my home being swatted with a toddler inside 4 times? Pow Pow's drawn. Republic Records, stand up for me. Any effing day now. You'll regret it. Okay? Now, Keisha K.O. replied back with basically a Cardi B, which to me was so tired. We were like, really? Really? That's your comeback? She had like a video and it was like a Cardi B song playing in the background and stuff like that. I was just like, y'all really are using this album to shade her, like as if it's that great of an album, but that's y'all opinion. I don't think it is though. But hey, it is what it is. The one thing I will praise her on is how she talked about the mental health situation in regards to Gucci. Not many a woman would stick around and deal with the things that she has in that relationship. Because anybody that has dealt with family members that have mental health issues like I have, it's nothing to play with. It will make you go crazy yourself. So for that, she should be praised and applauded. Okay. Now, let me know what y'all think about this video down below. And we are babies.